Rich well. Don't think like any society that you see, America, UK, getting better, people caring for the other person. Do you think it's not just a law, it is the behavior of everybody in the society. So it's quite sad. It's quite sad. You know, when you have terrible people who are raised by criminals, who are not properly raised, they will not understand. And some people, they are arrogant with ignorance. We need to keep educating them that when you see people who choose to dedicate the time, it is a noble cause. Let's take it to 50,000. Please take it up. It's not because Mohbad is coming back alive, but it is for you and I. It is for you and I. Here, look at what Spendi wrote. He said they left him on the floor. It doesn't have to be this worse. It doesn't have to be this way. The boy's spirit is frightened because he knows that when the truth comes out, a lot of people will learn. Even those that are blatantly and ignorantly screaming that doesn't really deserve justice. But if you see anybody who is beside you, physically or online, saying that this young man who's passing away under a serious circumstances, very, very terrible circumstances, does not deserve justice, look at that person and tell them, it's either you belong to the clan or family of murderers, or you are terribly dirty. You are ill-informed and you don't deserve. Because it's quite important for you to know that when people and a society, when they are raised properly, they will know certainly that justice is sacrosanct, is pure, is holy. It is the law. It is not something that people are trying to manufacture suddenly. And whether you like it or not, Mohbad will get justice. Justice is on its way because God is working in a way we don't understand until it unravels. Very shortly, very shortly.
A sharpshooter, am I bring about Dasita? Found fake nigga. I was of a shame, and you are shameless.
Sweet. Make sure you pursue the case to the end. As you can see, they are still in shock, they are in pain. How is it going about it? They are looking at it. When we're going to be doing so many things, pursuing cases, writing petitions, meeting with this and that, of course, you know, it's still hurting them. It's still hurting them that we're making progress in the investigation, in our moves, in getting us closer to it. But of course, competition, they couldn't hear it. It was coming as a shock. And that is because for a very long time, they have deceived young people. They have deceived the public that, oh, some powerful people, they are behind it. The entire Nigerian police force, all the Nigerian police force, they are behind them. They are too powerful and the murderers have way in our country. And then we came out to say, not on their lives. Not on their lives. And you all can see it is coming up gradually. And that is why they know that one way or the other, if they like, let them do media tour. If they like, let them pay everybody on social media to say they want to silence and abuse people like us. What's one thing that is germane, that is standard, is that at the end of at the lawyer same level as a category. Because whatever the case may be, àtiwájú àtẹ̀yìn àtorí kò sí àtorí àtọrùn kò sí ìtawò lè ṣe gíní tá lè gbé sáré jámọ́ kankan ayé ò tí mọ̀kọ́ wà nú ayé tí ó bá ń ṣòkú Mohbad gan wọn mọ̀kọ́ wà nú ayé irú àwọn ẹlẹ́fẹ́ máa sọ pé irú èmi níbo lèmi fẹ́ gbé gbà ṣìgìrì wọn fẹ́ padà tẹ́ni wọ́n ṣe ní kọ́ gbé àwọn rodò lọ́wẹ̀ ó jìnà síra wọn bíbèrè ẹ gbàgbé bó ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ èmi ń fi orúkọ tèmi I'm only using my because I had all the society a duty of care and that is what I'm doing.
Yes, I want God to leave me on the realness to request silence me.
Please keep our tapping because it's very important. This terrible people, I want to do anything to break this show down. So keep our tapping, keep our tapping. Fights like this is not easy. It takes a whole lot of sacrifice, a whole lot of caution, a whole lot of attacks. We just have to keep fighting, fight and fight and keep and fight till the end until the truth is established. And trust me, even the police and the law enforcement, they are beginning to see the truth. As you can see, they have been able to exonerate people that they originally they were not meant to be arrested, investigated into what by Mohbad originally. But somebody somewhere made it very easy for people that should be primary suspects to walk free. And people that are not connected to be dragged, to be brought into the matter. It's fine. But it would have been more important if the real people that are meant to be suspects are part of those that were initially arrested and arraigned. It's quite sad as a society. But if we did not put up this pressure and Mohbad did not put up a fighting spirit, by now those people will still have it hanging on their head. You know, that something is wrong and something is fishy. So it's quite appalling. And that is why we need to stand up together as people and a society to look and say, this justice for Mohbad is not to bring Mohbad back to life. But when it comes to justice, it is what even those that are alive and gone, they deserve it. It is when we begin to have a society that we know that anything you do to anybody, justice will be served. There is nothing like I am connected or let me frustrate them or I am wicked. No. The moment the society begin to understand that for whatever intent or purpose, if justice will be served in any case, everybody will start adjusting their behavior. Everybody will start living in peace towards another. Everybody will say, don't even try that anger. You cannot just unilaterally say, I am angry. And you pick up a hot soup or hot water and you pour it on somebody, or you pour acid on somebody, or you take somebody's life, and you know when you know that the society is different. And what we are doing now is that we cannot live a society that is not secured for our children. We have to play our part, because if we don't play our part, the society can't change by itself. It is the people that must start coming together. Somebody must stand up from one angle, from this side, and say, guys, we all are Nigerians. Are we not tired of people being whose life, their life being taken, even in their bedroom? What can we do to stop it so that this life can be safer? That way, it is your responsibility, it is my responsibility. But for so many people that are not, they were not raised with this basic idea. People that their parents have not even taught them to say, go and volunteer. They might not find it very difficult to understand what we are. In fact, they will look at it and say, why can't you continue with your, normal life, fake it to us that you are this, you are that, and we celebrate you. We are okay. Don't sacrifice for this country. Don't put yourself for a cause that will make the lives of other people better. And don't get it twisted. A justice for this Mohbad is one of those choices we'll make, and we'll be helping ourselves. And that is why it is quite important that... So I'm going to be playing the other voice again so that we can all hear it. Because I've been seeing so many things, I'm like... So it's quite funny. Hold on. Let me play it from here. I want to play this stuff again so that you can hear.
Yeah, I don't really get about exactly. He's working for someone to keep Baba má bínú Baba ẹjọ́ tó lọ má bínú bó ti jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn ní kí n má pè yín but Baba a lè sọ pé torí àwọn ikú tó pa ọmọ yín ká wá máa parọ́ mọ́yàn kiri tó afẹ́ jẹ́wọ́ Baba please èèyàn Ọlọ́run ní ẹwà honest lálẹ́ Baba ẹjọ́ ọmọ Zobo tó ń gbé yẹn ẹ bá mi tan ìmọ́lẹ̀ sí Baba because inú ń bí mi gan inú ń bí mi Baba ẹjọ́ bá mi ṣàlàyé àwọn public ń gbọ́ báwo ni Zobo ṣe jẹ́ Baba ìtorí.
Sójà ní Somo fún Nàìjíríà bàbá ẹ̀ ló ní kó lọ resign ìgbà tó resign tí ò tí ṣiṣẹ́ kankan ló wà lọ́dọ̀ Mohbad now ìgbà tí ó wà lọ́dọ̀ Mohbad because ẹgbẹ́ làwọn méjèèjì ohun tí Mohbad bá ń ṣe òun náà feel like òun lè ṣe but ìjọ tó lọ tó rẹ̀ ò bóyá lọ gbé girlfriend yẹn bó ṣe unite mọ́ girlfriend yẹn inú bí ìyàwó Mohbad ẹ jẹ́ kí n lò bẹ́ẹ̀ alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn ni wọ́n lé síta ní old house not new house o old house wọ́n ti lé pé kó máa lọ so nígbà tó máa kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ lóru ọjọ́ yẹn àwọn security ló bọ́ sí ládùúgbò àwọn security yẹn ló pe bàbá ọmọ yẹn inú bí bàbá ọmọ yẹn àdúgbò lájọ wà so Somo kì í ṣe ọmọ burúkú ọmọ pásítọ̀ ni láti bàtọ́ náà ti lè kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ inú bí bàbá ẹ̀ ó ti fi sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn kan nínú àwọn branch ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wọn ibẹ̀ ló wà láti gbà yẹn bí i pásítọ̀ drama ni so eléyìí tó ń gbé píṣọ̀ ẹ̀ kiri yẹn Somo ò bá wọn wá sínú ilé yẹn o kọ́ má bá ọmọ ọlọ́mọ lórúkọ jẹ́ o bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
Bàbá 3 minutes video ṣẹ́yìn ẹjọ́ sá ṣẹ́rí 3 seconds video yẹn ṣẹ́rí tí Yomi gbé kiri ṣẹ́rí.
èmi ò rí kankan mi ò gbọ́ kankan o ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí èmi ègéèsì ni wípé tó bá sọ pé wọ́n ní 3 seconds video náà tó bá jẹ́ pé ohun tó wà ń bẹ̀ ṣe é rí tí òótọ́ bá wà ń bẹ̀ jíjọ ló yẹ kó ti jù síta gbé ohun tó wà ń bẹ̀ rèé o kó jẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé rí èwo ni kò máa yọ píṣọ̀ ní píṣọ̀ kan máa yọ káàkiri kò máa sọ pé àwọn ti rí ẹni tó pa Mohbad gbogbo ẹni tó bá parọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ kú ọmọ yìí tó jẹ́ tó máa pa mí lẹ́kún ọ̀run máa pa lẹ́kún ni o ẹnikẹ́ni èèyàn kéèyàn torí pé ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ Jésù ni o gbogbo àwọn tó bá rò pé wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ̀gbù ṣe kà bíi Júdásì wọn ò ní jẹ́ ẹ̀mọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí o ó lè máa da fún láàárọ̀ kò ní da fún lálẹ́ o ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ọkọ lè mú orúkọ láti bàjẹ́ tó bọ́ mọ̀kàn dúró mọ̀kàn ń wò oríṣiríṣi rubbish tó ń ṣe ó dẹ̀ lóun wá justice.
That's the father of.
ẹ wo mọ́mí mo ti ń sùn.
Bàbá ẹ̀gbọ́n wọ́n ní àṣànà ló dárúkọ ẹ̀ Yomi wá lọ mú síta pé ṣé lóòótọ́ ni.
báwo ni wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ pín tan ajá tó máa kan lè mọ́ mù náà ẹni tí ò bá wọn dé nulẹ̀ yẹn ṣé ó mọ ilé yẹn gan ni kò dé nulẹ̀ yẹn lájọ́ ti débẹ̀ wọ́n ti lé kúrò bàbá ọmọ yẹn gan ti bínú tán ó ti fọ ọmọ ẹ̀ sí ìkànnì àwọn bíráǹṣì ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti kúrò sí mọ́ Mohbad ìyàwó ẹ̀ lé kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn tó súnmọ́ Mohbad jọ ẹ sójà ni ìkan náà wọ́n tó pè ní ay àbúrò mi nìyẹn gbogbo àwọn tó bá ti súnmọ́ tó lè bá Mohbad sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ìyàwó ẹ̀ lé kúrò lé. ó ṣe jẹ́ ni ẹ̀ mà ní mọ́ọ̀ṣì láti sọ gbogbo máa pòrọ̀ ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ọmọ tí ò bá wọn débẹ̀ yẹn tẹ́ ẹ bá rí nǹkan kan tẹ́ ẹ record because wọ́n ní CCTV camera bí tó ń gbé gbogbo tó bá wà bẹ́ẹ̀ play ẹ̀ síta ayé rí ó ti sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo ayé ni tó bá wà ń di wípé ẹ má jẹun gbọ́ má jẹun sọ irọ́ lẹ́nu yẹn fẹ́ pa ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ni yẹn play ẹ̀ síta àṣírí la fẹ́ mọ̀ kò dẹ̀ nígbà fẹ́ tó parọ́ ẹni tó parọ́ ni mo rí délé kò dẹ̀ ní ṣoríire ó kojọ láàárọ̀ á dànù lálẹ́
àmì Jésù
ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá fi kú ọmọ ẹ̀ tó lọ sọ pé òun fi ń wá owó sí àkáǹtì òun ṣe òkìtì ojú ọmọ lọ́mọ kí ló rí kí lè evidence tó fún ẹ láti máa ṣe ojú ọmọ yẹn bàbá ọmọ yẹn ò tí ì gbọ́ sí ọmọ èèyàn gidi lórílẹ̀‐èdè bàbá ẹ̀ ní branch church káàkiri bẹ́ẹ̀ láwọn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ẹ̀ náà fi sí dírámà ni tó ń lùlù fún bàbá ẹ̀ wọ́n wá ń gbé bíṣọ̀ ẹ̀ kiri òun ti rẹ́ tó mú pa Mohbad ó mú síta náà ẹ wọ ọmọ tí ń sùn.
ẹ má bínú sà ó dà ó sà yẹ sà ó dà ó sà ṣé gbogbo yín ti gbọ́.
I just want you guys to hear it. So, let me bring people up. The quest for justice for Mohbad. When she pay one, they shall do it. But you just have to understand that the business of fighting for the right of other people, you should always be ready for upset. Wow. If you talk about Mogba, me wa bag gombe. If you talk about Wotowoto, wa buy rombe. And as a human rights organization, I'm not interested in sentiment. We are looking directly into every pathway to justice. And if you see what we are doing is working with the right government institution, interfacing physically. I'm not going to be sitting on social media to be engaging the police only, to be engaging with this one only, to be engaging with that only, abusing this one, abusing that one. No. Where it is necessary, we move and we move closer to exactly, you can see the difference. And as it is, whether they like it or not, there is no way you start justice for Mohbad September 12th and you begin to pick that it must be somebody, that your own kind of justice for Mohbad is, if it is not a particular person, it is no longer justice for Mohbad. But if it is tilting towards this person or this side, no, you don't want to do that kind of a justice, then you have no business in the justice movement, because it's not a selective thing. Justice is when you stand firm until it eats the truth that it is actually navigating towards. So whatever the case may be, I see no reason for all this, because number one, the honest truth is a 30 seconds video was sent to me. 30 seconds. The 30 seconds video was sent to me with the intent to collect money from me and show to me what transpired between Mohbad and the wife that led to him hitting his head on the floor on the day he passed. That was what Adura Aloba told me in the chat. Okay, whatever the case may be, I can't force him to bring the rest because I didn't give him the money. But there was an attempt to actually swindle me. The right thing to do is to meet with the police and ensure that they do the needful and extract the video from him so that they can establish it. But it's quite unfortunate, guys. There was a snail pace when it comes to the investigation at the Lagos State Command then. And when I realized that I have been ambushed, suddenly Adura became the complainant. And I was kept as a witness in the same case that I reported first. And when I got to the State Command then, the police officers were trying to prove to me that, oh yes, the TikTok account that actually was used to want to swindle me, that was used to send me the information about how Mohbad fought Cynthia and used his head to hit the floor was actually belonged to Adura Aloba. It was not act, it was his original TikTok account. Secondly, I asked that, have you seen the full video? My interest, of course, I want justice for the attempt to fraud me. But priority now should be the video that was used, or the video that they extracted the 3 seconds from. And lo and behold, the police told me then that that is not what they are investigating. I said, in the same command that you are investigating what by Mohbad, that is where you do not want to actually open the phone. I said, sir, it is important for you to open that phone and we see. I cannot verify what is in the full video with the 3 seconds. The only thing I can see is that the floor of the house and the sound of violence. I need to see the people that were there. If it will corroborate with the confession that was sent to me of how Mohbad fought Cynthia Wunmi Aloba, and how Cynthia Wunmi Aloba was said to push Mohbad to the floor and he hit his head on the floor. From the stairs and he hit his head on the floor. And sadly, they didn't show me anything. And I said, I don't believe that it was any impersonator by the name Damola. Despite the fact that the said Damola in the Abil was also in the house on the 12th of September when they rushed Mohbad to the hospital. I said, whatever the case may be, get yourself, prepare yourself, get a lawyer. If you don't have one, I don't know what is going on with your life now, but it's like you're in for a long thing. If you don't have a lawyer, contact our foundation, we'll get it for you because you have rights to an attorney. And I asked the police, does he have right? Has he been given a lawyer? Does he have a lawyer? And they said they only gave him a form. I said, good. And I went, I said, I need to write my statement. And I wrote my statement and wrote in capital letter at some point, I do not believe this impostor that is the one shutting me up. Everything said here does not correlate. Nothing was shown to me to prove that it was the one. The whole story that Adura sold phone to Damola, where is the evidence of sales? Even if you don't have video of where they are exchanging, where is the alert? How can Adura run to the police? I said I sold to him, and then he will come and say, no, it's not going to work. And if they're not going to make me suspicious, I would have expected that if you claim the video has nothing to do with what by Mohbad, the moment I got to the lake on that day is when they should have opened the phone and I will see what transpired. But everybody with me there, they were all compelling me that I should not say anything on social media. Everybody there with me. I said, I don't hear now. When I reach outside, I will know. Whether I go talk on social media or not talk. Everybody there. They were compelling me not to say anything on social media. I said, no problem. And when I realized that, I might be just change. Nobody is going to attend to my own petition. And then I went forward to the higher command. And that was where Adura Aloba became a person of interest in that investigation. And before that, I had already been to court with the police. We wrote a petition to the police to investigate Mohbad's case from fresh. And they said the first thing they need to do is get an order so that we can enter into Mohbad's house. We had our press conference. Media, foreign, local media, they were there. And when they came in, you all saw Adura came and the intention was to disrupt. I don't know what extra other things that they want to do. I don't know. At the end of the day, you all can see for yourself. Adura was shaking and then he confirmed Because as at that time, I don't even know what, there's no way I will know what is in the video fully. Adura now confirmed that the said video is about 10 minutes and that is in the phone held at the Lagos State Police Command. And somebody probed him further. They said, how many people are in the video? Was Mohbad? He said, yes. Mohbad was there. Who else? He says, Cynthia. That is Mohbad's wife. Who else? He said, and one person. What is the name of the person? Adura refused to speak. So, okay, no problem. If you refuse to talk, we shall see. And at the end of the day, I dragged Adura to the front of the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 2. And they said, go and process him. And in Adura's statement, he unveiled the identity of the third person to the police. And when he did, I chose not to mention the guy's nickname because the police they asked him, what is this guy's full name? Oh, he said, but it's an old video. He said, don't worry, leave her for us. You said the video is in Pantiabi, is in command. Don't worry. What? He said, I don't know the full name. It's only Mohbad or Cynthia Umialoba can know the guy's full name. But I only know his name as Zomo. He said, what do you know about him? He said, he's Mohbad's old friend. He's ex-military. And he stopped coming for a while because I'm blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, no problem. Okay. We'll go and look for Zomo. We'll look for Zomo. He needs to come and speak. He's a person of interest. And lo and behold, that phone became a treasure. They keep saying that phone. What is in the phone? The video that they removed in 3 seconds. That it's nothing. It's from the old house. It's nothing. And I kept coming out. I only gave description of the guy. I didn't want to mention this name, the nickname Adura gave us. But I gave the description of that guy. And I kept hammering on it. And when they realized that, oh, Yomi Fabi is getting closer. And there was a time when the police were asking Iya Mohbad. One of the times they were expecting Wumi to attend Zone 2, she did not come. And the one said, can't you just face the Zomo and leave Wumi and Adura? And what did you see next? When I kept on pressurizing, so this person, I want to know who this person is. Wumi is not showing up. How can we get this person? I need to know who this person is. This person, he needs to give us a clue. And luckily, the Zomo came out. But before the Zomo came out, Wumi Cynthia Aloba had been to one of our media tours and mentioned the guy's nickname out. Oh, Zomo. In that video they were talking about, in Yomi Fabi, okay, it was Zomo. And it was even me and Zomo that were fighting. It was not even me and Mohbad. I have never fought Mohbad in my life. You all saw a video. I have never fought Mohbad in my life. It was me and Zomo that were fighting. And it was Mohbad that was recording. Is Mohbad that's... And a friend will come to my house, be fighting my wife for over 10 minutes, and I'll be recording them. What kind of wife do I have that will be fighting my wife, my friend? I wish my friend would come and be fighting my wife. Make it make sense now. Okay, if it is just your fight, show us that phone. Why is that phone a serious treasure that they don't want to release it. Police, you cannot see it alone. I am the complainant. Show us the video. Let me see if the phone is old, as they said. But when I look at the floor of that video, I went into Mohbad's house with police and we look at the floor. We just want to see if the floor is the same thing like Mohbad's old house. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ wò, àti rí fídíò eléyìí 3 seconds study. Àròjù àwọn tó wà ńbẹ̀. Àti rí ilẹ̀lẹ̀, we've seen the ground, the floor. The tiles is looking similar, like the one in where Mohbad died, where Mohbad breath is last. But they were saying it's yes, it was a fight, but it was a fight with me, Wumi, with one of Mohbad's friends in the whole house. I said, no problem. I want to see so that I can have closure on that. But the person that wrote to me said that 30 seconds is from the video of where Mohbad and Wumi fought. Let's see. And suddenly, when Wumi said that on national TV, I was looking. I need to keep putting pressure to find a way to smoke Zomo out. On Zomo's TikTok account, it was Zomolization, just as we have immolenization. By the time I smoked him out, he quickly removed Zomolization to Zomoli. That's in the first setting. Wumi confirmed, he was a military person, blah, 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 no problem. And when the Zomo was drilled, he said, it was fight between Wumi and Mohbad. That even when he wanted to intervene, Wumi wanted to stab him. That if he tries to intervene, the evidence is out there. Now, the question you all will ask, is it now not compulsory that we must see the video, full video? These people claim it was old video. It was from 19th century. It was when Mohbad was still crawling. Okay, I want to see how Mohbad is crawling. We want to see how Mohbad was crawling because the 30 seconds even is having iota of violence. Gbogbo ìtàn ṣe wọn tí rí fíìmù wọn tí mọ̀ pé àyè má bẹ̀rẹ̀ fíìmù àmú díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni. Now, the result is this young lady and the causes coming from Mohbad's father. And there is this particular video again where Mohbad was being buried. In Joton buried Mohbad. The lady that held Wumi and with the white cloth that Wumi threw in the grave of Mohbad. And we saw that there is a guy on a wooded. I will upload it now. The guy passed something to that woman. Told the Wumi while on their way to the grave. At the end of the day, widows are now beginning to tell us that widows now bury their husbands, young husbands, with white cloths and fetish substance. They said that is the new trend for widows. But trust me, we know widows that are honest, that deserve respect, admiration. We're not interested in people that claim that want to use widow as gaslighting. You know, I would love to use the same platform. When you fight me, it is the same platform that you use to fight me is where I would love to go back. Same standard, same level. Come on, lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe wà yìí wọ́n gbẹ́nu mi lọ fún alágbàrọ̀ ó ti jẹ́ pé lábẹ́ bó tilẹ̀ òǹkó rí tọmọdé bá sọ ògúlùtù ságbàlagbà èèyàn fi stáì fún ní òkò tó da asọba ní àwùjẹ àbí ibi tó máa ti tí ò ní ti dùn bí abí ojú wọ́n lè mọ̀ pé n tí ò da ò da but I just have to tell some people that let me reserve my comments. So now, if I'm going to be posting that stuff now, but let me check the video. Let me play the video. But it's quite unfortunate. It's on my page. But I'll play it here. You can see. And you compare the faces. You compare everything. It's quite unfortunate. They thought that justice for Mohbad is what they can use comment sections to silence people and sell a narrative. They are not ready yet. They are not ready. The most important thing is this. I was at Kuramed Hospital. I was at Perez. At Kuramed, they told me the doctor's report was given to the lawyer. I have evidence to that. It was given to the lawyer. But I have the evidence that on that day it was given to the lawyer. I was in Paris. I documented everything. They don't know. But they can deceive. And whatever intent or purpose, the lawyer, Wumi, the nurse or whoever, the time that was given at Kuramed was about 4 p.m. Few minutes to 4 p.m. I was there about. Let's give and take. Elosi Perez. Hold up. Perez. Because I went to both places. I timed myself. Lati 4 the 6 o'clock. Mobile 2 hours. I was giving detailed effort that was made. A woman doctor lo attend the Siwani Kuramed. Toba sọ pé mo parọ́, Kọ́bọ́tà sọ pé mo parọ́. Obìnrin ni doctor to attend the Mohbad the Kuramed Hospital, which is 4 minutes away from Mohbad's house. Now the question is this. You claimed that you don't know if the nurse was sent or it was a mistake. Suddenly, you add the nerves, the conclusion to return Mohbad back to the house after 2 hospitals that have confirmed him BID. It is at that moment that anybody will look at it and say, Mohbad that they are bullying here and there, that is fearing for his life. What is the possibility that that's what you're just saying now? Maybe she was sent or it was a mistake. How can you allow such a person to go? How? How can you, as the wife, you allow the person to go, and suddenly it is the father-in-law that came later? I don't even want to believe all that stuff. And now, if there is anything that I've said, Eric come out reality is coming up. Now ask yourself, let's start from the end here now. Spending, who is Mohbad's friend that Mohbad asked him to come from Kenya, as confirmed, though there is nothing anybody will tell me. It is either you are Wosi Wonkoko or there is a fight. That is why you will carry a 5-month-old boy with a man to a show in the middle of the night. They left up around 9 p.m. Omo Dumaru, Omo Shumaru. If there is anything, anybody who look 9 p.m., it's either you are an extreme possessive individual, or there is a fight and you want to prove to him that I am stubborn. If you don't listen to me, I would even make life. That's why you carry a 5-month-old. 9 p.m. Tell your lossy show. Ni Koro do that. Something could have happened to that child in such a show. Even ni UK got you was secured. There is stampede and people died in a show. In a show. Now, you took the child of a 5 months and then you claimed Mohbad eats the glass of the car, Jeep. That means it was even from Una's side, a serious life-threatening go to that child. Now, picture it, if it was not Mohbad, if the fight started with a gang or different rival gangs in that show, how will a 5-month-old survive? Even from your own family, you claim the father was the one that even threatened the life of his own child. Because he was tipsy, he had no recourse that a 5-month-old is in the car. If an adult could sustain that kind of injury, they claim, how much more a 5-month-old? But none of you put that in your statement. That's been said. Now look at spending. Spending said it was a fight between Mohbad and Cynthia that Prime Boy intervened. Funny. He intervened. 5 months. Talk. Husband and wife. Said, why are you not supporting me? Why are you supporting this woman? You're supposed to be my friend. Get out of my car. And he got out of the car. Spending said on 3rd Mainland Bridge that this Cynthia even dropped the 5-month-old child on the floor. Now, look at what he eventually revealed. He said, the fourth, only the Gebami local confirm about the therapy and first aid. If Mohbad was actually bleeding profusely, like it was said by the police, how come it was the following morning, second day, Nidi Gebami share funny treatment that you, Umi, said you are the one treating him? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? But I have a message for all of them. Justice is coming. And nobody's going to get it the right way. Please power tap, guys. Let's get to 100,000 before I talk. In Mohbad is you get addicted to social media and thinking it will give you a safe passage when it comes to justice. The easiest way to be deceived is to think that when you get hold of social media, or you play some games pẹ̀lú àwọn wo àwọn sẹ́ẹ̀tì yín àwọn onídọ̀tí bíi ti yín nìyẹn máa attack ló máa get to. I have a stronger mental strength for this shenanigans. As a society, we are Africans. They asked Wunmi in court, you threw white cloth and substance into Mohbad's grave. What was that for? She said for protection. Timba, tell about shepe and talk of about lamuni. There is natural cause and there is natural justice. Almost 24-year-old. On di aṣọ fún òkú lọ sọ́run. Ó fi ń dáàbò. Ìwọ gan tí ìgbélé ayé ó tí ìrílé ayé 24-year-old. So tí ìbọn tán pè láyé bó ti jẹ́ pé ó ti rìnrìn ìwèrè inú ayé. Ó wá ń gbé aṣọ funfun ó ń jù ẹ̀dí. Look at the video. Let me put it up. Ìrírí ayé mi. Àwọn ilé ìfẹ́ sọ Nàìjíríà ìdí kan ọ̀dàkúdà ni. Jẹun. Bóyá ẹ máa clear dada. Ṣètìrí aṣọ yẹn. Aṣọ fún yẹn nìyẹn o. But máa play video yẹn fún yín. That is the guy. We need to trace down the guy. If anybody has this angle, any of the bloggers, if you were there when they were burying Mohbad and you have the footage, please reach out. Particularly if your attention was drawn to when they were bringing Wunmi, it would definitely capture. We need to see the clear picture of this person. No, we have seen it. But we want extra, person to bring it up for us. Let me play the video. Me really hear me. Let me play it. Mẹ́wàá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Junior. Ẹni tó ní kí wọ́n ṣí ojú pósí yẹn. Ire máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣí fún. Ẹni tó ní kó ṣí ojú pósí Mohbad. Ayọ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣí sínú ilé ẹ̀. Ẹni tó ní kó ṣí pósí yẹn ní ìjọ tí wọ́n fẹ́ sin Mohbad. Ẹni yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣí oríire torí ire bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣílẹ̀ fún. Kò lè rí torí kò mú àsìkò. Iṣẹ́ kan lèèyàn máa gbà lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó dẹ̀ máa ṣe láṣeyè. That is the beginning of justice for Mohbad. Tí wọn ò bá ṣí ń dọ̀ yẹn, there is no way we would be talking about anything justice. Ìyẹn ló pè ní ohun tó dó bá ti dé kò tún rí ta mọ́. But that person tó bá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣí oríire, tó bá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pé àwọn oore ilẹ̀kùn oore tó bá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣí fún, ẹ máa wà shocked tó ló jẹ́ iṣẹ́ tọ́lọ́run. We're not a society that will be covering up gibberish. On a daobu, ẹ má jẹ oríta. Ẹ má jẹ oríta. Tẹ́ bá ti bò, tẹ́ ti sọ́ọ̀sì tó ti rẹ̀. Tí ò bá ti ríta mọ́ tán ti. Ayé wọ́n wú tégbòtégbò. And it's because the last show tí Mohbad ṣe was in Ikorodu. Thank you. Mohbad, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it was actually bet in Ikorodu. Me, Mobito TB. Was Mohbad bet in Ikorodu? Ṣé Ikorodu lọ bí sí? His last show connecting with the public was in Ikorodu, and his journey to justice was in the same Ikorodu. Ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n bá ti bò mọ́ Ikorodu yẹn ni wọ́n bá ti gbá wọ́n máa bò pẹ̀lú irọ́ yẹn àti ìkà yẹn. Ikorodu ni no kò jọ. But the most important thing is his last show, where they showed him biggest love last, was in Ikorodu. In Egbeda area. Good. But that show, to she last, was in Ikorodu. I was one was show Yelano. I saw how lively he was. I rather about soften. LB, the man about trust nobody. You need to be careful and watch your six a lot. On your yard with the go. On your yard with the go. So this individual is a serious person of interest as well. Okay, let me put this one here. This was in 2018. My background on TikTok here was in 2018, April 24, where I was being decorated as a human rights ambassador inside American Embassy. And that is John Bray. That was a consul general in 2018. 3 of us in Nigeria were picked. And then in 2018 as well, October, I registered and established my human rights organization. Again, for me, sorry, I want to be a little more be at the one, so. Once again, the picture in the background was in 2018, April 24, where three of us were decorated as a human rights ambassador by Crowley and the US Embassy. And that is John Bray, American Embassy. So for those that doesn't know, and it's because that 2018 is not when I started human rights stuff. America will not identify with you without going into your background check. A lot of things that I've been doing for human rights, it was sent to them, they vetted, they did everything, and they came up with that. And in 2019, I convened the first Human Rights Summit at Sheraton Hotel. Up until now, I have never received grant from any institution, any embassy. I did not. I chose not to. Because on that day, I said I would do 5 years. I won't request for grants. Which video are you talking about, user? So, for those that doesn't know our background in human rights, and if you are asking what is my background, how do I know about a little bit about law? Of course, in 2003, I got my first political appointment as PA and legislative aide to Honorable Adeni Goriola Ogbara at the Lagos State House of Assembly. So I served 2003 to 2007. 2003 to now is how many years? Is that not 20-something years or thereabout? 2025 now, 2003. How many years is that? 22 years ago. That was my first political appointment. And of course, I was already in the movie industry, but at the early stage of my acting and movie career. And so far so good, we thank God. So 22 years was my first political appointment. And in 2019, I convened that Human Rights Summit. I'm going to post part of that as time goes on, but probably let me just play part of the summit so that you guys can hear. Before I go back, a power tap, I just while I'm doing that, I just 120. So, found two more, only more.
Human rights protection plays a significant role in any nation's survival, as it will be difficult to experience peace without any.
Hold on, let me just take the background off so that you guys can. Okay, let me take it back so that you guys can see clearly. Can you guys see now?
Human rights protection plays a significant role in any nation's survival, as it will be difficult to experience peace without embracing these facts. Generally, the issue has become a serious one due to various forms of abuse, thereby calling for attention. This Human Rights Summit, with the theme, Serial Human Rights Violations, a Threat to Nigeria's Peace and Development, which has stakeholders from various fields of life as participants, seeks to address this issue.
Is not only corruption we want to fight back when we stand by it, but the only way we can achieve peace, progress, development is to understand that the onus is on us as human beings. We owe the next person the duty of care. In doing that, we are not only liberating the person, we are liberating a generation.
In the police formations, the divisions and area commands, we have human rights desks.
So that was in 2019. I actually did this a week before the first election that brought General Buhari in. So there are other things that you need to. We have found two more. And if you can see, I want to believe maybe TikTok today. I don't think is TikTok today in 2019. Àwọn ọmọ táwọn sọ lè ti máa dókó ń gbà yẹn náà but kò tí lè mọ wọn lára tààrà wọn máa gidó ń gbà yẹn. Okay, let me just play. This is me inside American Embassy. What is that?
Yomi in action.
Can you guys see? Inside American Embassy. Candidate here, man. Candidate here. Can you see the date? (2019). So that's the ambassador saying. There are so many human rights abuses, tortures going on in all law enforcement agencies in this country. Nigerians, we are too quiet and silent.
Human rights are those rights that you have because you are human. It's important that I also equally give my appreciation and the appreciation of Amnesty International Nigeria to the organizers and to the convener, Mr. Yomi Fabi, and his volunteers, the foundation board members present.
We cherish the privilege given to us at Igbobi College Yaba to share the podium at this summit. I represent the thoughts of the college community on this important issue of human rights and particularly its violence.
So, so that you can see that there is no basis for comparison. So we're going to be opening the phone lines. Let's have a comment section so that people can speak. What's here? I will be only part of the because we see if we don't day. Àrífín ti pọ̀ jù Yep, actually, okay. No. Okay, let's bring the panelists to come up and let's have people. Most of these things, people got to know. I know where you're coming from, and then. So all I'm just going to appeal to you is that justice, fight for justice. It's not an easy task. I'm trying to bring people up. How does she do it? Hey.
Talo pa Mohbad, Miki mento pa Mohbad. Talo pa Mohbad, Miki mento pa Mohbad. Bad man, white pa Mohbad. We got to know, we want to know.
Mute your mic as you're coming in.
Nothing so we don't forget.
Mute your mic as you're coming in.
They ask questions. You still they ask questions. Who pulled the trigger? Who pulled the trigger? Tell me who called the shots? Who called the nurse? Who did they fear God? Even if you fall, but I don't know.
Mute your mic if you're coming in.
Ẹ ti gbé pátákùpá sókè o, ẹ tètè jù bọ́lẹ̀. Pátákùpá lẹ gbé sókè yẹn o.
We got to know, we want to know. If I ask you for my ID,
Oh.
and you tell me say I smoke loud. Everybody smoke loud. Who they check out? Who they check out? That will be transformed by the light.
All right, so we're planning for the. Of course, don't forget that we're meant to have our justice concert. But now, we're now switching to Mohbad Symposium and a Human Rights Summit 2.0. Daughter of God, meet your mic. Evangelist, God's mouthpiece. You are meant to mute your mic. I need moderators, Abi. Hello.
Yes. You actually need moderators. Yes.
Bọ̀dáyọ̀mí,
Yes.
nǹkan tí mo wá sọ fún yín nìyẹn. Kì í ṣe pé ẹ má fún ẹnìyẹn
You
ní right
need-
àti block anybody òye yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. But tí pé kó mute for 5 minutes. Ó ti pọ̀ ju ẹjọ́. Nǹkan tí mo wá sọ fún yín tèmi
Kí ló ṣe
nìyẹn.
bẹ́ẹ̀? Wọ́n ń kọ́ ọkọ̀ síbẹ̀, Abi.
Ó ti pọ̀ jù. Ẹ mọ nǹkan ni tẹ́ bá ń block wọn live náà views a máa drop but moderator yẹn ẹ má fún wọn ní authority àti block but kàn mute wọn.
Hello, White. Hello, dear.
Yes.
I need them. Let me be honest with you. If I'm fighting this kind of a battle as an activist and they don't engage people to come and attack me, I am not doing something that is resulting. Totally resulting, no? That means me for one pressure here. You understand? If I am giving pressure, you must be able to engage people to come and attack. And that is the beauty of the job. If nobody is attacking me, you all will not feel sympathy. Like, why are they attacking this person? Physically, might get to be a couple. So, it's social media. Àwọn èèyàn ṣe wèrè ẹni kí wọ́n máa lé wọn mú kiri èmi ò lè lé wèrè.
Mo ti understand yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, mo ti understand.
Ọwọ́ pátákùpá mo fi ń yọ rége ẹni ṣé mi tẹ bá dé yìí.
Bọ̀dáyọ̀mí wọ́n ti block mi torí ti yín báyìí o. Wọ́n ti sọ pé justice for Mohbad wọ́n ti block mi.
Má worry, you are my sweetheart. Èmi ò ṣáà block ìwọ.
Mo ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ní mo máa ṣe PA Bọ̀dáyọ̀mí kí kúkú máa bá Bọ̀dáyọ̀mí lọ kò sí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe. Mo ti ní màá máa bá yín lọ kó kú dànù.
Tó bá máa ń ta kókó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àgùnlá.
Ẹ̀ka lẹ́sà máa fi ṣe o.
In this country.
Wọ́n ti block mi everywhere.
Ẹ̀fún ọláyé ẹ jẹ́ káwọn tó ń ṣe lẹ́yà ẹ̀.
Wọ́n ti block èmi náà o, wọ́n ní ká lọ bá Bọ̀dáyọ̀mí. Àti wá
Mr.
o.
Yomi, good evening, good afternoon.
Àwọn tẹ̀ lọ báyẹn náà kò ṣe pọ́nì kan tó wà wọ́n kàn máa infect IQ ní ẹ̀wọ́n lady tó ń sọ bálabàlá yìí. Gbogbo àwọn yẹn ìlara ti pọ̀ jù.
Yeah, Mr. Yomi, please let me quickly make my point.
Ó ká wọn lára. Bàdí sọ pé bí mo ṣe gbowó mi mo ṣeré mi mo jayé mi ó dùwọ̀ ó ká wọn lára.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, exactly.
I have been waiting for long. I came up because as at that time, it hot for body that time. Regarding the voice note that you played earlier, I listened to that. I was actually there that night. I was on the window listening to what they were saying. And it's actually disheartening and very, very absurd. You know, hearing something like that, that fateful night. When it was stated that Prime Boy was involved in buying of Mohbad, nobody from the family came out to support Prime Boy. We had, and yes, we had, and it was glaring that Prime Boy and Mohbad grew up together, and Mohbad at one time or the other even stayed with Prime Boy in his house. When Prime Boy when his name was mentioned, there was no defense on behalf of Prime Boy. He fought the battle alone, and public actually stood by him. At this moment, I believe
you're not getting it. It was a script by the majority of the people in the house to push and throw Prime Boy under this bus. So what do you expect?
I know. So, but it's just, you know, what actually amazed me was that when a name is being mentioned as being associated with what really happened, I believe what I would have said as a father or as a parent would have been there must be a thorough investigation, not me coming out to actually defend someone. All right. So it's very disheartening. And I know, or may I say, I understood where some of the bloggers are coming out to actually against what you are doing. I can see all of them, they realized that the end is very near. Some of them will no longer be relevant. And so many of them, some of them will no longer be relevant. So many of them will not have any stuff to actually give out to people. So based on that, they are actually defending their pocket. So
Kofi, sorry to interject you. Look at the defense that was actually given to Zomo.
I'm going there. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
The cocoa of the matter is, the Baba said, Kodele Mohbad Tusunyeri. Ejo, how will he know? Ṣé Baba ló bá ṣọ̀rẹ́ ni àbí Mohbad? So Mohbad will be telling the father, every individual, every friend of his, time to wa, time to lọ. How did he know? Why that kind of a defense? Ṣọ́mọ ohun táwọn ṣe ni. Ṣọ́mọ reason tàbí gbé orúkọ jáde. Ṣọ́mọ bí ti investigation dé. Maybe they don't understand what an NGO is doing.
Mr. Yomi, the attack, I will tell you how it came from. You will recall that you were on QH radio for a brief session, an interview and stuff like that. Somebody asked a particular question on QH radio. You explained a lot of things. So the passion with which, or may I say, what actually pushed them out that day was as a result of, I will say, payback for some of the things you dished out on QH radio. No, I'm still speaking. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Go on.
Yeah. So now coming out on that night was as a result of as in what you explained to entire world on QH radio. There were so many people that don't understand what happened in the past between you and Rasaki. All right. So when you explained everything into details, some of the things that actually made them to actually altered some of those things that they said that night was as a result of you opening a lot of eyes into what has happened, what has played out in justice before that day. Now, you didn't mention Zomos or Zobo or I don't care about what the name is. You didn't mention the name. Cynthia mentioned that name. You never posted the picture. One of their bloggers posted the picture of that guy. You understand? So it's just that Anju won Oshe Wilejo Ijalara Utoboro. What they've not been able to do for the past 15 months. You understand? They've not been able to push Wunmi out to come and talk. You did that already, and they they couldn't do that. Since you stepped in fully into this justice, you've been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt. I said on Latisne platform the other day that I never regretted giving my support to you from day one. And mo dẹ̀ sọ kíní kan pé alágbẹ̀dẹ tó ń lu irin lójú kan ó ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ mú jáde níbẹ̀. And the truth of the matter is, you don't need to open your mouth to actually tell us, this is what I know, this is what I've seen. Someone that has wisdom, when you speak, I don't need to ask you, have you seen this, have you seen that? I only need to listen to you to talk. Once you talk, I will apply my own common sense, but common sense is not actually common. All right, so that is just it. So please don't be disturbed. Use that particular voice note. Use that particular voice note as a springboard to push you forward, to push you more, so that all of them, when we get what we are looking for, I will now wait for Ibitiwama Ojusi, how they are going to react, what they will say again. We are waiting for them. God will continue to back you in what you are doing, because it's beyond you. I'm not the one. It's God that is working. So, and I pray that God Almighty will see you through and will see all of us through. I will mute for now. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all wonderful information and analysis. And trust me, it suits my heart. And I want to believe it suits the heart of every other person here. Tunisco, can you please unmute your mic and have your take? Tunisco, are you there?
Yeah. I think I'm